What's going on, everyone? Welcome to the channel. And in today's video, I will show you 10 new transferred to another world anime of 2019. So if you enjoy the video, please leave your like and subscribe to the channel. It would be a great help. Anyway, let's start the list. Number 10. Demon Lord Retry. Akira Ono is an ordinary working adult who manages the MMORPG Infinity game. 15 years after creating the game, Ono decides to shut the servers down once and for all. However, as the clock strikes midnight, he somehow finds himself in the body of middle-aged Hakuto Kunai, Infinity Game's Demon Lord. Soon after his mysterious transportation, he witnesses the demon Griol chasing after a little girl named Aku. Although he effortlessly dispatches the creature, Hakuto is still concerned. After all, he does not remember creating the girl or the demon. Doubting whether he truly is in the world of his creation, Hakuto decides to investigate. Bringing Aku along as his guide and companion, Hakuto sets out on a journey to find out exactly who or what summoned him to this fantasy world, all the while leaving chaos and destruction in his wake. Number 9. Didn't I say to make my abilities average in the next life? When the eldest daughter of the Askam household, Adele, turned 10, she remembered everything from her past life when she was hit with a strong headache. She was Kurihara Misato in her previous life, who died when she was 18 trying to help a little girl, consequently followed by an encounter with God. During their meeting, she pleaded to lead an average life with average skills. After all, her somewhat capable self had been burdened with all the expectations brought up to her. However, things don't just go quite as planned, as she has to be careful not upping to the S ranks accidentally if she wishes to maintain her desired average life. Number 8. Do you like your mom? Her normal attack is 2 attacks at full power. Yes, another long title. Well, forming a party with one's mother in an online game seems not only unlikely, but also uncomfortable to most teenage gamers. Unfortunately, Masato Osuki finds himself in that exact scenario. After completing a seemingly meaningless survey, he is thrown into the world of a fantasy MMORPG, and his mother, Mamako, actually tagged along with him. On top of that, Mamako turns out to be an overpowered swordsman, possessing the power of 2 hilt multi-target attacks. After minor tension between the two, they search for party members, meeting the merchant Porta and the sage Wise, starting their journey to clear the game. Number 7. Ascendance of a Bookworm. Motosu Arano, a book-loving college student who just got her librarian certification, was supposed to enter the job of her dreams after graduation, was killed during a massive earthquake, crushing her underneath a pile of her own massive collection of books. Wishing for reincarnation in order to read even more, she got reincarnated to a world with a low literacy level and very few books, limited only to the nobility of the world. As she reincarnated as a 5-year-old daughter of a lowly soldier, Maine, no matter how much she wants to read, there is no way there are any books around. If there are no books, then what do? You make them yourself, of course. What her goal is to become a librarian no matter what, and to live a life surrounded by books. For starters, she begins from making them. Number 6. Kimono Michi, Rise Up. Professional wrestler and animal lover Shibata Genzo is suddenly summoned to another world. Greeted by a princess, she requests to get rid of the evil beasts roaming in this world. Outraged that he was asked to kill monsters, Genzo German suplexes the princess. Unable to get back to Earth, he decides to live a peaceful life and manage a monster pet shop. Number 5. Arifureta, From Commonplace to World's Strongest. The ordinary life of 17-year-old Otaku Hajime Nagumo is disrupted when he and his classmates are summoned to a fantasy world and tasked with saving mankind. While his classmates are gifted with impressive abilities useful in combat, Hajime is belittled for only gaining an inferior transmutation skill that lacks any real offensive power. During an expedition to the Great Orcus Labyrinth, Hajime is betrayed by one of his classmates, plummeting him to the bottom of an abyss. Though he survives the fall, Hajime is faced with menacing monsters and misfortunes that send him spiraling into a grim nightmare. Desperate to live and return home one day, he resolves to fight for his survival, only to meet an imprisoned vampire he names Yue, who is also seeking to escape the labyrinth. Taking an interest in him, Yue and a few others along the way accompany Hajime on his journey to find a way back home, while steadily transforming from commonplace to the world's strongest. Number 4. Welcome to Demon School. Iruma-kun. Suzuki Iruma has been sold to the demon by his irresponsible parents in exchange for money. Surprisingly, next thing he knows, he is living with a demon and has been transferred into a school in the demon world. Number 3. High school prodigies have it easy even in another world. 7 high school students that got caught in an airplane accident wake up in a middle-age-like fantasy different world where magic and Beastman Jujin exist. But they do not panic in their current situation. They build a nuclear plant in a world without electricity. They control the economy of a large city in a short work trip. And finally, for their benefactors' sake, who are suffering from the misgovernment, they declare war on the evil nobles. So, none of them is a normal high school student. Each of them are superhuman high school students that stand at the top of politics, economics, science, and medicine. This is a story of a dream team that possesses the Earth's greatest wisdom and technology, that without any self-restraining, bringing a revolution to a different world with over-technology. Number 2. Isekai Quartet. It is a normal day. Everyone from deranged military girl Tanya Degorachov and 16-year-old isekai protagonist Sato Kazuma to expansionist overlord Ainzual Gaon and demon sisters Rem and Ram go on with their daily lives. Suddenly, a conspicuous red button begging to be pressed appears before them. Overcome by curiosity, the otherworldly characters push the button, sending them to an unfamiliar world. With no way of escaping, the characters must lead a normal school life and make acquaintances with the others. One thing is certain, the classroom full of fan-favored eccentric personalities never gets boring. Number 1. The Rising of the Shield Hero. The 4 cardinal heroes are a group of ordinary men from modern-day Japan, summoned to the kingdom of Melromark to become its saviors. Melromark is a country plagued by the waves of catastrophe that have repeatedly ravaged the land and brought disaster to its citizens for centuries. The 4 heroes are respectively bestowed a sword, spear, bow, and shield to vanquish these waves. Naofumi Iwatani, an otaku, becomes cursed with the fate of being the shield hero. Armed with only a measly shield, Naofumi is belittled and ridiculed by his fellow heroes and the kingdom's people due to his weak offensive capabilities and lackluster personality. When the heroes are provided with the resources and comrades to train with, Naofumi sets out with the only person willing to train alongside him, Multi Melromark. He is soon betrayed by her, however, and becomes falsely accused of taking advantage of her. Naofumi then becomes heavily discriminated against and hated by the people of Melromark for something he didn't do. With a raging storm of hurt and mistrust in his heart, Naofumi begins his journey of strengthening himself and his reputation. Further along, however, the difficulty of being on his own sets in. So now Fumi buys a demi-human slave on the verge of death named Raphtalia to accompany him on his travels. As the waves approach the kingdom, now Fumi and Raphtalia must fight for the survival of the kingdom and protect the people of Melromarc from their ill-fated future.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.